is teaming up with Rein in Sarcoma to take action against the cancer. Thankfully now with the new turf installment, you try to grab it, it will not budge. Put towards the historic Ear of Corn water tower because there won't be much studying getting done at the library. Construction isn't set to finish 2 of these city parks as well as a local school. A square free of construction. Came right here to the campus of Simpson College Saturday evening, say their organization is currently operating at a loss. Friday night, Coles Fieldhouse will be blasting. Has a message far beyond what meets the eye. The most popular drink on Simpson College campus is the iced caramel latte. Fraternity houses also had their turn this week. What a fun day it was in Casson. One man called it a celebration of black life. Old logo is no more. Instead, the new lightning bolt logo. The first-year dorms weren't the only places on campus, and many say it's the prettiest time of the year. The trucking industry has been taking a bit of a detour lately. Driver numbers are declining and the trucking business demand keeps increasing.
Most of the folks that are retiring, you know, they've worked 30, 40 years in it and they're retiring, and there's just not enough young folks to come and replace them.
Reimer says that one of the primary issues in recruiting and hiring young drivers is the image surrounding trucking.
You know, the image of trucking is probably one of the biggest things. Is, you know, typically people don't think of someone like myself. I've been doing it 25 years. I've been very successful. I'm financially sound, and it's because of trucking. And I think that that's not usually the story that you get.
The instructor especially enjoys using truck driving simulators to teach his students essential driving skills.
They come in here and they practice their shifting, and then once they get pretty good at it, then we'll put them in the real truck.
If the pandemic has taught us nothing else, it's that online ordering is fast, simple, and convenient. Few professions have been more impacted by this than truck drivers, and we see how their lifestyles have been impacted by that here today. One liability is the loss of pay when returning from a haul.
It's the rates are really a lot lower coming back up this way. You can go down south to Georgia, Florida, whatever, bounce around little areas, and it pays really well. You try to come straight back, and it's basically a 50% cut on the rate.
A crucial trait many truckers find themselves exercising is...
You gotta be patient. There's a lot of patience involved, like when you get in traffic jams and everything. And yeah, pretty much if you get sleepy at the wheel often, it's probably not for you, but yeah, just staying awake and being patient, a lot of patience.
But the instructor says he sees some signs of optimism coming soon.
I see hope in that. I think that we'll see more and more young folks.
For KTTC, Ethan Humble. Chuck Navathi wasn't just your ordinary teacher. He was the legend.
His dedication to their education, their furthering and getting into college if they wanted to, playing sports and they wanted to, and having access to so many things, his students all just started calling him the legend.
Chuck passed away from sarcoma cancer in January of 2019. So why not honor him with his favorite type of beer?
It's a light American lager with coffee, so it's kind of a curveball of what people normally expect for a coffee beer. People normally think big, heavy, dark. This one drinks super light, super crisp.
10% of the sales of the beers are going towards a great cause, sarcoma cancer research. But Navathi isn't the only one who's been affected by sarcoma.
My mother actually passed away from sarcoma as well. Long time ago. I was about 1.5, so I didn't really have a chance to get to know her. And for us to be able to have a part to help raise some funds for it was a super simple decision for us.
Janelle Calhoun works with Rein in Sarcoma, a resource dedicated to educating the public and funding research directed towards developing new treatments and finding a cure for sarcoma cancers.
It's connective tissue cancers. There's about 70 different subtypes, 20 different bone, 50 different soft tissue, and their genetic makeup is all just a little bit different.
Another challenge sarcoma presents is the rarity by which the cases are brought forth.
Primary care providers, they might see one in their entire lifetime. And so it's not a priority all the time. And a lot of times these lumps, these bumps, these bruises, they don't all present the same way.
And Calhoun says catching the cancer earlier significantly helps the chances of survival.
If we can catch a sarcoma when it's the size of a golf ball, the chances of survivorship are much higher.
The partnership's next event will be the running of its Ninja Anywhere timed obstacle course on August 15th from noon to 5. The American Ninja Warrior themed course hopes to raise $20,000 for sarcoma cancer research in Rochester. Bust out your long sleeve jerseys, wool caps, and canvas shoes because it's time for baseball, 1860s style. The Roosters Baseball Club of Rochester's goal is to bring history alive with depictions of baseball as it was traditionally played.
So we're playing old-time baseball, so it's base and then ball, two separate words. So different type of rules from what we play now in the 21st century. So it'll be fun today.
Saturday's game was put on to recreate the Roosters' first contest 25 years ago, where they took on the area's local media outlets, including KTTC and Fox 47 News.
I love baseball. I've always loved baseball. As I learned about the Roosters and learned about how they go through creating the history from the game, it just was a natural fit for me, and it helped me to do research, learn more about the game and how it was played.
Gaskell served as the umpire and said that he will be fining players and fans a quarter for every violation they commit during the 1860s themed game.
I'll be settling any disputes that might happen on the bases. I'll be taking care to educate the spectators, and if they get unruly, I'll be fining them appropriately. But it's to make sure everyone has a good time. We want to educate, entertain, and have some fun.
Speaking of which, are those shorts you're wearing in violation of the dress code, Nick?
They told us that we could bring quarters in case if we get fined. So if you cuss, that type of stuff. Also, I have shorts on, so that goes against the dress code apparently. Even when it's 95 degrees outside, you have to wear pants. So it looks like I'll have to run back to the truck here in a second and get a quarter.
And for those wondering about our Chief's performance, he punched the first pitch he saw out to right center field, only to later get thrown out at third for getting too aggressive on the base paths. Maybe he should stick to his day job. In Rochester, Ethan Humble, KTTC News.